Former head of SOCU turns himself in after a wanted police bulletin. $364 million primary school is slated to be constructed in Region 10. Several men charged with sexual assault of minors. In the region, Bolivia unions go on strike over new terror financing law. And internationally, West Africa has become a transit hub for drug trafficking, says the UN. Greetings and welcome to another edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. A $364 million primary school is slated for the students of AMELIA's ward BAMIA Region 10 by 2024. This announcement was made by the Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, Nigel Darmlal, on Monday at the contract signing. The contract signing was facilitated by the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development and was awarded to the Statement Investment Incorporated. The facility will house up to 800 students. According to Minister Darmlal, initiatives like these are vital in regions because they pave the way for development.
This contract is expected to be completed within 20 months. So we expect by 2024 that students are going to be housed in this school and it will be operable to its full capacity.
The minister said an engineering firm has also been contracted to provide supervision during the construction. Minister Darmlal urged the contractors to utilize labor from within the community to create employment for people there.
The area is rapidly growing. The government of Guyana will be having 1,000 house lots being built there over the next 5 years period. And that will mean 1,000 more families will be part of that BAMIA AMELIA's ward community.
Bids for the project were opened by the National Procurement and Tender Administration Board in July of this year, from which 4 companies made submissions. After a wanted bulletin was issued for his arrest last week, the former head of the Ghana Police Force Special Organized Crime Unit, Sidney James, surrendered himself for questioning today. James was questioned and placed on $300,000 station bail. James was wanted for questioning concerning allegations of fraud allegedly committed at SOCU while he headed the agency. Sidney James headed SOCU from 2014 up until 2019 when he was sent on administrative leave after a special audit unearthed several instances of mismanagement of funds and falsification of documents at the Special Organized Crime Unit. It is alleged that a considerable sum of money held by the unit for payment to informants could not be adequately accounted for. James is to return to SOCU for more questioning. Stick around after the break. 2 men were remanded for the murder of Colin Roach and several men appeared in court, all charged for sexual assault of minors.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
For decades, milk has remained the same, until now. Introducing the Great Dairy Full Cream Milk from Alabama Trading. Enriched with vitamins A to D and calcium to promote healthy teeth, strong bones, and vitality. Great Dairy Milk is delicious and fortified to encourage healthy cell growth within the body. No wonder it's the #1 brand of milk produced in Ireland. Now available nationwide in 400-gram packages at leading supermarkets and wholesale vendors. Distributed by Alabama Trading.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables, We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton, and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
At John Lewis Styles, we carry only first quality men's and women's clothing, footwear, and accessories. As authorized dealers, our items come directly from the manufacturing brands and are available in all sizes and colors. What we sell was never on display in another store. It's time you know the truth about what you buy. Come visit us on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Welcome back. Dale Jarvis tells us in this report that 2 individuals were remanded in custody after being charged with the murder of Dr. Colin Roach.
2 persons were jointly charged earlier today in relation to the alleged murder of Dr. Colin Roach, whose lifeless body was discovered at his Duke Street office on November 2, 2021. The accused 18-year-old Lenrick Bias of Good Intent Village, West Bank, Demerara, and 19-year-old Hilton Oliver Jr. Franklin of Best Village, West Coast, Demerara, appeared at the Georgetown Magistrate Court before Chief Magistrate Anne McLennan and was charged jointly with the offense of murder in the course of furtherance of a robbery. The 2 murder accused, Bias and Franklin, were arrested by the police on November 5th. Franklin was in the process of fleeing the country and had 2 gold rings belonging to the victim in his possession. The men were not required to plead to the charge. They were remanded and will return to court on November 30, 2021 for a report. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jarvis.
Thanks, Dale. We will continue our newscast with additional coverage of what is happening in the courts. 30-year-old Ronald Williams of Paradise Housing Scheme, East Coast Demerara, appeared in the Vigilance Magistrates Court on Monday, November 8th, accused of sexually assaulting a minor. Williams was arrested on October 2, 2021 and charged for rape of a child under 16 years, contrary to Section 10(3) of the Sexual Offense Act, Chapter 803. He appeared before Magistrate Fabio Azor and was not allowed to plead to the indictable charge. The accused was placed on $150,000 cash bail and his passport was lodged. He is required to report to the Cove and John Police Station every Wednesday. The matter was adjourned until December 2, 2021. Meanwhile, Glenroy McKenzie, a 48-year-old security guard from the East Coast of Demerara, appeared in the Vigilance Magistrates Court on Monday, November 8th, accused of sexually assaulting a minor. McKenzie was arrested on February 27, 2021, and charged for rape of a child under 16 years, contrary to Section 10(3) of the Sexual Offense Act, Chapter 803. He appeared before Magistrate Fabio Azor and was not allowed to plead to the indictable charge. The accused was placed on $150,000 cash bail, and he is required to report to the Vigilance Police Station every Saturday. The matter was adjourned until December 2, 2021. And finally, 40-year-old Erwin Owen Marcus of Beehive, East Coast Demerara, appeared in the Vigilance Magistrates Court on Monday, November 8, accused of sexually assaulting a minor. Marcus was arrested and charged for the rape of a child under 16 years, contrary to Section 10(3) of the Sexual Offense Act, Chapter 803. He appeared before Magistrate Fabio Azor and was not allowed to plead to the indictable charge. The accused was placed on $500,000 cash bail. The matter was adjourned until January 11, 2022. Don't go away after the break. Bolivia unions go on strike over new terror financing law, and Poland blocks hundreds of migrants, refugees at Belarus border. But before that, here's the bridge retraction schedule.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road, Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Survival Shopping Complex brings to you its delivery service, Shop through WhatsApp. This process is simple. All you need to do is call or message your grocery list to 613-9683 and we will select your items for you and have them delivered directly to you, even out of town. This is convenient because we can stay on the phone with you as we select your favorite brands. We're happy to do your shopping for you. Contact us on WhatsApp today and shop price smart at Survival Shopping Complex.
Kingdom-based taxi service, transportation for every occasion. Short drop, airport, weddings, funerals, and much more. We're located at Lot H. Durbin and Vicingen Road, next to Green City Bar. For honest, efficient, and reliable service, call Kingdom-based taxi service at 648-5959 or 227-7937. You can count on us.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. Bolivia's transport and retail unions began an indefinite strike on Monday. They are protesting against a law on so-called illicit profits and terror financing. Critics says the legislation is a government tactic to seize private property and crack down on dissent. Al Jazeera's Teresa Bo reports.
They say they're on the streets to fight government attempts to centralize power and crack down on dissent. Thousands of people turned out on Monday across Bolivia. Protesters are concerned about a law the government wants to pass to fight illicit profits and terrorism. Nilda Quispe Moyo says the law will hurt people like her.
We want the law to be annulled. There are articles that harm us, that could make us lose all our belongings. They should fight for our country, for our well-being. We are here for our children.
Experts say the law violates rights to due process and could be used to persecute political opponents. The nation is deeply divided since Evo Morales was forced out of office in 2019 after a disputed election that forced him to leave the country. Luis Arce from Morales' Mass Party won the elections last year with a landslide vote. During his State of the Union speech on Monday, he said he has the responsibility of helping Bolivia move forward, and that's why he's hoping to pass a series of laws that will help the country recover from the pandemic.
When the people voted last year, it was set clear that they did not want unconstitutional governments and gave us legitimacy to govern. It told us they want political, economic, and social stability to advance. They trusted the economic reconstruction of our country, of the health system after the pandemic, the right to education, and showed us the way of peace through justice.
But not everyone agrees. In the lowland city of Santa Cruz, the stronghold for the conservative opposition, protesters blocked roads and set tires on fire. The government says the opposition is using the law as an excuse to generate instability in the country. The strike, while widespread, does not have the support of a major labor union close to the government. But on Monday, thousands showed their concern on the streets. They believe the laws to fight what the government calls illicit profits could lead to an attack on private property. And that's why they vow to remain on the streets until the government gives in to their demands. Teresa Wu, Al Jazeera.
Internationally, Poland says it has repelled an attempt by hundreds of migrants and refugees to enter the country from its eastern neighbor, Belarus, and says thousands of others were on the way. Al Jazeera's Sonia Gallagher reports.
Trapped between the woods and a highway in Belarus, these people have been walking towards the Polish border, anxious to enter the European Union. On the other side, Polish security forces in riot gear, part of the 12,000 that have been stationed there guarding the frontier, preventing hundreds of refugees and migrants from breaching the border. But it is a deadlock that risks igniting into another migration crisis on the doorstep of the EU. For months, thousands have been entering the bloc through Belarus, at first via Lithuania and Latvia, now mainly through Poland. The EU has accused Belarusian leader Alexander Lukashenko of orchestrating wave upon wave of undocumented migrants and asylum seekers, in retaliation, they say, for sanctions it imposed on his government over its violent crackdowns on the opposition. Caught in the middle of this brinkmanship, those attempting to escape the harsh conditions they find themselves in, with no shelter, and being steered towards Poland by Belarusian state border officials. Some had taken the chance after hearing that Belarusian travel agents were selling visa invitations to the EU, only to find themselves surviving for weeks in the forests that border Poland and Belarus.
They give us the cutters. They provide everything. But when you said to them, okay, I want to go to Minsk, I want to go back to my country. It's so dangerous. They said no, you should go to Poland, Belarus. They put the gun to our heads when we said we need to go to Minsk.
So far, Poland's nationalist government has refused help from the EU's frontier agency, despite reports by Polish border guards of hostile behaviour and threats from Belarusian forces. And for those stuck in this no man's land, there is no guarantee how long they will have to face the elements, with little access to food and water, human pawns between two hostile neighbours. Sonia Gallego, Al Jazeera.
And finally, the United Nations says West Africa has become the main transit hub for drug trafficking. The amount of cocaine seized in the region grew tenfold between 2015 and 2019. Liberia is one of the countries hit by the epidemic as drugs make their way from Latin America to the European markets. Al Jazeera's Nicholas Hay reports.
This once feared warlord during Liberia's decade-long civil war says he's now fighting a drug epidemic. He's my pops, says this man. I would kill for him. In these ghettos in the capital Monrovia, the children who once fought for him have now grown into gang members and drug addicts. They call him General Butt Naked because he fought without clothes alongside children hooked on drugs he provided. Before going into battle, Bly says he and his army of child soldiers ate the hearts of children they'd captured.
I'm looking for G Money. Yeah. G Money promised me that he will give me 20 children under the age of 15.
For what purpose, asks this man.
The enemy is attacking the most brilliant children. That's why you see this. That's why I'm worried. The nation is going to be strangulated if we don't rescue these guys.
The enemy he refers to are drug lords in Monrovia. We're told to leave and that gangs are after us. The UN says Liberia is among several West African countries used as transit hubs for cocaine and heroin coming from Latin America and Asian countries to European markets. The next day we meet Bly at his home. In his backyard are barracks for the teenagers he's picked off the streets. They say Nigerian gang members are distributing drugs in the ghettos, hooking children on heroin or pharmaceuticals like the painkiller Tramadol.
I want to become a lawmaker because no one will talk for us in the House of Representatives. We are vulnerable on the streets, smoking drugs. I want to become a lawmaker to protect my friends.
Bligh has admitted to the country's Truth and Reconciliation Commission that he's responsible for the killings of more than 20,000 people during the Civil War. Now he says he's these children's protector.
The work that the former warlord Joshua Bligh has done with street children has attracted public sympathy and has protected him, in effect, from public prosecution, despite the recommendations made by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
Bligh says protecting children is a way for him to repent for his past crimes.
I think what I did was wrong, and there is no excuse for it. And me and others who did this should pay for it. But as I'm waiting for justice, I want to be giving back.
For this former warlord, Liberia has become the front line of a drug war it cannot afford to lose. He says it's a battle he will fight out of responsibility and guilt for his past crimes and for his country. Statements that few here are in a position to challenge. Nicholas Hawk, Al Jazeera, Monrovia.
And that is it for today's regional and international news. Here now is your 3-day weather forecast. And that is it for today's edition of Channel 2 Headline News Updates. Tune in on Wednesday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.